Excuse my hair. I just took it down from a bun for sleeping. Also, my voice does not sound the best. I think I just really overdid it this past week, so we're on the process of healing. But so the video for today was, I was planning to do a grocery haul, meal prep in terms of the low FODMAP diet, which I'm going to be starting this week. I'm starting, if you saw my last video, I'm starting my journey to healing my SIBO, healing it naturally using antimicrobial herbal products and then diet as well as some other supplements. But there is a snowstorm / ice storm being this weekend for us here in South Carolina, and everybody goes crazy, so there may not even be any groceries there, and I don't know what I'm going to be expecting when I get to the store. So the plan is to hopefully still do that, and hopefully still be able to do a grocery haul, meal prep, and everything. That's kind of the plan, so we're going to try. If not, then I'm just going to show you what I would eat in a day, and we can hopefully do the meal prep and grocery haul next week, but fingers crossed that we can still do it today, but we will see. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready and just get everything in order. I am checking out my list that I have. Someone actually gave it to me that did the low FODMAP diet, that currently follows it, and when I brought it to my gastroenterologist the first time I tried it, it was vetted by them and they said it was a really accurate list. So but I don't have the source of where it originally come from. That's the only downside. So I have some resources that I will link in the description box of things that I found, and it has like some that are saying like these are high FODMAP foods, these are low FODMAP foods, so I'll link those. But I'm gonna look at my list that I have, trying to plan out what I would need to get from the grocery store if I can get everything. So that's what I'm gonna start with doing, and then we'll get ready and then head to the grocery store and hopefully be able to find food. So this is what it looks like. It has foods okay to eat, and it breaks it down: vegetables and legumes, fruit, meats, cereals, grains, breads, all of that, condiments, dips, things like that, drinks, dairy foods, cooking ingredients and spices. So it has all of that, and then these are all foods that are okay to eat, and then these are foods not okay to eat, and again it's broke down in the same way. But I'm going to be using this, and like I've said before, foods that are healthy for you. So it's not that. It's not saying these are unhealthy foods. These are just foods that can cause inflammation if you already have underlying problems, which I do. So until I really address and healed from those underlying problems, these are foods that I'm going to stay away from I'm only doing it for a month, because this is a very restrictive diet. So the purpose of it is to kickstart getting rid of that. It's not something that I plan to follow long term. I'm only going to do this for 4 weeks. I'm just going to take a look at this and really tailor my shopping list around this and get this in line. But I just wanted to preface it by saying that this is by no means saying that these foods are unhealthy, because many of them are so good for you. Like one of the foods is on the not okay to eat list is avocado. Avocado is such a healthy fat. It's such a great thing to have in addition to your daily diet. But for me currently, right now, it's not the best thing for me to have until I fix these underlying issues in my gut. So avocados are healthy. They're great to eat if you are eating in moderation and eating the recommended amount. So please don't take it as that, because that's 100% not the case. But just wanted to give a little bit of an idea about the list and things that are on it. This is his favorite blanket. He loves it. I'm stretched out. So precious. So I'm going to make up for you today. Honestly, I usually only do mascara, but I'm not even doing that today. I'm giving my eyes, lashes a break too. But I'm going to throw in some laundry, right? Yep. And then we're going to go get the groceries. Oh, that was craziness. But they did have everything that I needed, which makes me so happy because that means we do get to do our grocery haul. So, gonna get home and get everything washed and sorted. And when I ingredient or meal prep, I really just prep for lunches, because dinner, I'm home to make that. Breakfast, I prep the night before. I've been doing oatmeal for it, and then I was doing some bacon and strawberries, but I can't do processed meats right now, so no bacon. So I'm gonna do a protein shake on the side instead of the bacon. But yeah, so I'm so glad we found everything. Publix actually had everything, and that made me so happy, because I was seeing pictures everywhere of like stores being completely sold out because people are going crazy thinking that they may be stuck inside for, you know, a few days, but buy up for a month's worth. But it's fine, to each their own, I guess. But yeah, so gonna head home now, and I will show you what I got there. It was just too crazy to try to show anything in there. I made it home, and I'm kind of hungry, but I don't want to cook anything quite yet because Raymond isn't home yet. But I got these chomps. It is grass-fed venison, salt and pepper, and it's so good. So, and some lesser evil popcorn. I'm now addicted to that stuff. I've never bought it before, but I ordered it from my most recent Thrive Market haul, and it's so good. I definitely see why people love it. So I'm gonna stack on that, unload everything, then show you what I got. So it really doesn't look like I got a lot, but we did still have some frozen vegetables. We did still have some fish. I grabbed this. I've never had this kind of fish before, whiting. I've never had that, but I bought it last week at Aldi, so we still have that because I didn't use that this week. And then I had already bought some extra salmon, so I have that extra as well. So a few things that we didn't buy, so just a heads up, because it really doesn't look like I got a ton this week. This was all I got at Publix, and like I said, it really doesn't look like a lot, but some of these I didn't want to overbuy our fruits and vegetables, because if I need more, I can always go back. I just don't want me to have already bought them and then go bad. So got 2 things of strawberries, because these are some fruits that I'm able to have on the low FODMAP diet. So I have 2 of those. I usually don't buy the freezer meals or anything. I'm going to meal prep my lunches, but these can be what I eat for dinner, because it's going to be low FODMAP as well, because I can have broccoli, I can have rice noodles, and I can have cheddar. So all of that is going to be in here, and you know, not too bad of ingredients there. Of course, not as great as what I would like for it to be, and it may honestly not be 100% low FODMAP, but I'm trying to ease my way into it because my medicine hasn't fully come in yet, so I don't have to start yet, but I'm just starting now. And then I got these for Raymond, because when he meal preps, it makes it pretty easy for him to just have these. So got garlic and herb vegetable medley, and it has the broccoli, cauliflower, potatoes, and carrots. So I would be able to have everything in this, but the cauliflower, and I'm not supposed to have any garlic. So that's going to be a struggle if you've seen any of my other recipes. And then this one, same thing, but it's lemon pepper, and it has red bell peppers in it as well. So really good things, really easy to make. I did get some just broccoli florets. You can either roast those, steam them, something with them. I got these radish chips because I really do like snacking on radishes, but I'm so bad about if I buy a whole radish, I will not cut it up, and then I end up having to just saute it or something, and I don't actually get the snack that I was intending for them for. So I just went ahead and bought them in this, even though it costs a little more, makes it easier. I did get some full carrots. These are great to snack on, have lots of great benefits with them, and are just easy snacks. So I got those. Got more Brussels sprouts. I got a cucumber that we can either use for snacks, or sometimes we make adult Lunchables where we use these as crackers and we have cheese and pepperoni. So that could be something for Raymond. I can't do the pepperoni right now because it's a processed meat, but it could be something that he could do. But I also like just having this with a little bit of salt and pepper on it, similar to the radishes. I also got some lemons for my lemon water, as well as I am really wanting to try to get back into doing my like tonic in the morning, my lemon apple cider vinegar water mixture. So I would use, when I do that, I do half of the lemon squeezed into that, and then the other half I either cut into slices or into chunks and use it for water throughout the day. Bone broth is so good for healing your gut with all the collagen that's in it and the different types of collagen that are in it. So try to get some chicken bone broth, which I was listening to a Dr. Axe and Dr. Will Cole episode of the Art of Being Well podcast, and they were talking about this, that chicken bone broth has a lot of really great benefits, lots of protein, lots of collagen. So I'm gonna have this for a snack, and it's also another thing that I can take with me to the hospital that I can sip on. Some sweet potatoes. These are just for me. We already had regular baked potatoes, or the red potatoes for Raymond. He prefers those. So I just needed 3 because I had a few, but they wouldn't have lasted me for the week or for the recipe I wanted to do. So got those. I did also get some bottled water just in case our power does go out for a little while. We have this. I also grabbed them because if we don't use them, which hopefully we won't lose power, but Raymond can take them when he has a road trip he has to go on this week, and I can take this big one, to the hospital with me. Then we did get some butter here. Got some tuna. I like having this either as a snack or as a quick lunch if I'm not feeling super hungry. I can just eat it as is, or I found some really great crackers from Aldi that they're keto crackers, but they're really just made with really great seeds and nuts, and that's what the crackers are made of instead of flour. So I really like using it for that. But you could also mix it up with some mustard, avocado, not avocado if you're doing low FODMAP, but to make like a little tuna salad, and that goes great on crackers, on bagels, on lots of different things, in wraps as well. I also got chicken because we always get chicken. They had no big pack, so I was like, I'll just get the smallest one that they have, which was one of the only ones that they had, and then I can always buy more throughout the week if I need it. And then I got this for Raymond because he's been really loving ground bison as part of his meal bowls, so got that for him. So that really, like I said, wasn't a ton, but it should last us at least for a few days to get us through all the craziness with the weather and everything. And if I need to go back and get more groceries, then that's totally fine. I could do that too. But that's what we have so far. So I'm going to go ahead and start washing up. I'm just going to wash up the strawberries right now. I will rinse off the Brussels sprouts, broccoli, and all of that when I get ready to eat it. And these radishes are already washed and ready to eat, so I don't have to wash those. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put the chicken with some spices and olive oil in a bag and let it start marinating. And we can cook that in just a little bit. So not too much right at the moment, but we're going to at least get it started. So, oatmeal is another one of those things that can be high FODMAP depending on the quantity that you use. So, you'll see me here measuring out half a cup of rolled oats. These are gluten-free rolled oats, and that qualifies still as low FODMAP. I add in a teaspoon of coconut sugar because that is also what is considered to still be low FODMAP. And then I like adding cinnamon, sliced almonds, and unsweetened coconut flakes in there as well. I used to do honey on top as well, but honey is not something that I can do on the low FODMAP diet. So instead, if I want to add anything, I'll add some pure maple syrup. But honestly, I might be able to do it with just this because the teaspoon of coconut sugar is actually more than I usually have. But hopefully it will balance out with me not doing any of the honey. I'm also going to go ahead and slice up a few lemons so that I can have those already ready for my water, and then I'll use the other 3 lemons as what I put in my water in the mornings. But I really like just trying to go ahead and make this as simple as possible because I've truly learned that if I do this ahead of time, I have no excuses. It's when I put it off and think that I'll have time that day. It's when that day comes, I really don't feel like doing it. So same with this. You'll see I did buy Brussels sprouts from the grocery store today, but I already had a pack that I wanted to use up first, and I'll use the other either for lunches later in the week or for dinner, just trying to really make it as easy for myself as I can. So I'm just prepping 2 lunches right now for me and 2 lunches for Raymond. And then once we can get back to the grocery store, I will buy pretty similar ingredients and finish out prepping for the week. Again, like I had mentioned in the beginning, I love prepping lunches and then my little breakfast bins as well. I don't prep dinner because I do still like to make that each day, but still just some ideas and just some motivation to find what works best for you and your family. Cooking 2 pieces of salmon for me, 1 for each day, and I just use the oil and spices that were already in the pan from cooking the chicken. So we are doing that. So we just finished doing the most fun bake with me. This is something that I'm doing as part of like my research project. We're looking at ways to decrease burnout among pharmacy professionals, especially during the pandemic, because it's crazy for all of us, but especially for those of us who are working in it day in and day out. So that was one of my goals, was to incorporate fun activities to kind of take your mind off of all the craziness that's been going on and just remind you of the reason you were doing it to begin with. So these are definitely not low FODMAP. Let me 100% make that clear. These are pure sugar cupcakes, but they were something that I had already planned to do and was something that I thought would be a really great thing, but also real easy for people who aren't used to baking or decorating, and it would be easy for kids to jump in on. So we made little snowman cupcakes and they turned out so cute. So it's just a regular cupcake that I taught them my recipe that I use for icing to make it homemade. And then I use semi-sweet chocolate chips. Mini chocolate chips would be great, especially for the smile, but I could not find them anywhere. So there's that. But that was what it is. It's like the semi-sweet chocolate chips for the eyes and the mouth, and then a butterscotch chip for the nose. And they're just adorable. So I'm gonna get that cleaned up, and then I am just gonna make one last thing. I have some bananas from last week that are starting to turn pretty brown. They're pretty ripe at this point. And I really hate throwing out bananas because I just don't want to waste them. So I will either peel them. Make sure you peel them first. I've made that mistake. Make sure you peel them first. But you can peel them and put them in a Ziploc bag, a freezer Ziploc bag, and freeze them, and they're really great for smoothies. Or I make a homemade banana chocolate chip muffin recipe. And to be honest, it actually can be made into low FODMAP, which is what I'm doing. Raymond loves these for breakfast, just a quick breakfast, but I also really do too. So one thing I will say is I will sometimes use oat flour. I really do love using oat flour. I'd already been baking and doing stuff in here, and I'm trying to get everything done before the storm, if it comes. So I'm not gonna make my oat flour. I'll usually make it though. So I'm just using gluten-free flour this time. So all of the ingredients are low FODMAP in the portion that we're doing it in. That's one thing to keep in mind, that some of these foods are high FODMAP if you do them in high quantities. The portion that will be in each cupcake is, not cupcake, I just made cupcakes. The portion that's in each muffin will be so minimal that it will still qualify as a low FODMAP food. So just something to keep in mind. But I'm gonna get the kitchen cleaned up and then we'll switch gears and make the muffins. I already have my oven preheating. For this recipe, like I said, 2 bananas. You can tell they're getting pretty ripe here. 2 eggs as well. I'm doing 1.5 cups of gluten-free flour, but you can also do, a lot of times I'll do 1 cup of oat flour, just 1/2 cup of gluten-free flour, but I'm just doing 1.5 cups of gluten-free flour today. I have 1/4 cup of pure maple syrup, and then 1/4 cup of olive oil. I have 1 cup of the chocolate chips, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and then 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. So I'm gonna go ahead and start by peeling the bananas and we're gonna mash them up. So that's pretty mashed, so I'm gonna go ahead and add in my eggs now. I'm gonna add in all of the liquid ingredients here. As well as our teaspoon of vanilla extract, which to be honest, I don't measure anymore, but you could do just 2 capfuls, but I just do a splash and call it at that. All right, and we're gonna add in now our flour as well as our baking powder. Okay, we have everything mixed and combined. So now for the best part, I'm gonna add in our chocolate chips. And aren't these, I know you've seen them before, but aren't these just the cutest? You know I'm obsessed with flamingos, so I think they're precious. Cupcake liner, cupcake pan. And I had these really cute cupcake holders, liners, whatever. Got them from Hobby Lobby around Christmas time. You can see they're like such a cute plaid color. So I'm gonna use those. Now I'm just gonna dollop some in there. I would usually use my ice cream scoop, but I just used it to make cupcakes and I really didn't want to wash it. I was being lazy. So this works as well though. And this recipe makes about 12 muffins. I like to have hearty size muffins. I don't want some miniature muffin because usually one of these will help do me. So this is from earlier. I have 2 lunches / dinners fixed for me, and I had some extra sweet potatoes, so I'm just gonna put those to the side. That way if Raymond wants them, he can have them. If not, I might have them for dinner tonight, honestly. And these are just 2 containers for Raymond. And I have his chicken done, and the other stuff I don't yet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on low because I might try to go to the gym and get a quick workout in before it gets crazy. So I don't measure my food out, but Raymond does. So I'm just gonna weigh out. He's been doing about 5 ounces of chicken. So this might be the perfect amount for him, honestly. Okay, that worked out perfect. So he has at least chicken for 2 days. And you can make rice for him, or he can eat those. And then he does a lot of the frozen vegetables, which is why I got those 2 kinds. So at least that's done. So I'm gonna wait for the banana chocolate chip muffins to finish up. And while that's baking, I'm gonna go ahead and go change into my gym clothes. That way I can leave right when it gets finished. But almost at the end. I feel like I've got a ton done today. So, all right. They are finished and look so good and smell so good. Guys, that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will get lots of recipes and just motivation to meal prep for yourself with whatever diet, whatever food plan, whatever food that you follow and that is best for your body and is best for your lifestyle. So just hope you find this encouraging, and yeah, it just provides you that motivation to get going and to set yourself up for success. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.